Annoying. This is so annoying AF. Hello? Hello? Are we live? We're live again! And how... Oh, Jesus, again with the echo.
Een beetje robot sound. En je hoort mij niet.
Okay, do we still have sound? Okay, so the... Okay, it's definitely the camera. I don't know why the camera is doing this. The camera should be muted. But for some reason it doesn't want to mute. Okay, use custom audio device. Okay, how's the sound? Hello? Is it still an echo? Still an echo? Yes, no? Okay, hopefully this is better. Okay, so once again, for the after 20 minutes, welcome to JCO Live, you wanna know talk show here on Twitch. So hopefully today is going to be a little bit better of a show. It's the 2nd of January, and we are having a showcase. Well, Candy Core is redeeming 500 points for Ayimi. We are going to fast forward for with everything, hopefully. So let's do a quick shout out to all the chatters in there. And that is Holy 80, Memphis Zen, Brown Rave Crusher, Colesbar, Sonic Foon, Hoognie Restrub, Defmania 909, Antique Tear, T-Dash, Derek Klompy, I'm the Banana, or in VR DJ Derek of DJ Candy Core and Tom CXR. Also, thank you very much, DJ Candy Core, for the gifted sub. Round Wave Crusher for the 20-month subscription. Woo! And I'm the Banana for 27-month subscription. Woo! Yeah, Sonic Foon. We have Annie Kura Unison on the background because I'm still supporting the channel and also listening to that. But today we are having a really awesome show because we have a showcase of Dreamseeker. It's a Chrono Trigger inspired release that has been released the 29th of December, and we are lucky enough to be able to present this to you people out there. So I would say let's go to the intro and let's fast forward because we need to to cover a lot of tracks today.
J-Core.
So this was the long-awaited release from TAS Records. What does TAS Records stand for again? Can somebody help me out? Let's see, TAS Records. Sadly, I don't know out of my head. Two Assisted Sounds. Well, thanks, Banana. It's a release that has been in the works for at least 2 years. I thought it was 1 year, but Melancholia, you know, the person from our Twitch community, he is the one responsible for this awesome release. Has been working 2 years for it, and up until a certain point he also asked me for my help to find some other artists that wanted to provide some tracks for this album. So I will say let's start with the first track of the show because we still have a lot of tracks to come. And also in a couple of minutes we will be joined by Melon, where he is going to talk a little bit about this vinyl. And also once again on the background what you hear, that is the Anikura Unison, a 72-hour event. And they are raising money for Doctors Without Borders, so it's definitely a noble cause. And a lot of us of the NDS JCL community have provided some awesome sets, including me. So definitely going to talk about that soon. But for now, let's listen to the first 2 tracks on this album. The first one is Laser Imoto with Memory of Green, Omoide 1080, and then we switch over to Jackazit featuring Julia Henderson with Shala's theme, When Heavens Fall. So those were the first two tracks of this release. The first one was Lazy Moto Memories of Green Omoide 1000 AD. And then the second one was Jack Kazit featuring Julia Henderson with Charlotte's theme When the Heavens Fall. So yeah, if you don't know what Chrono Trigger is a really awesome JRPG from the Super Nintendo era. Even though that I love Final Fantasy to death, and I say that Final Fantasy is my favorite RPG ever, no, that ain't. I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy, but Chrono Trigger definitely has a real, has a higher spot in my heart. The storytelling of Chrono Trigger is so amazing. Also, the RPG elements, that is the very first one, and probably also the only one where I see that you can have like double attacks or triple attacks with your party members. And they can learn specific skills with each member. So yeah, I have played this game twice in the past, and 2 years ago I also started to play Chrono Trigger again. Sadly, I never continued playing that, so I really do need to pick it up again. So, Amy, gaat het? So yeah, I am really excited to hear what we have in store with the rest of the release. And Sonic Foon has redeemed something. And what is that?
So, you tried to get through Monday all on your own. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You tried to be tough, thought you could hack it, but now you're here. Well, you know what I think of that? You wanna know what I think of that? I think you're gonna need a bit of help to get through Mondays. Now listen here, just 'cause I like your face, I'm gonna give you something that's gonna help you out. That's right, J-Core Life. Take a look. This is what I looked like before J-Core Life. And now look at me. Do I look like I fear the Mondays? I'm not afraid of Mondays. I'm not scared.
So yeah, the amazing Harley. Oh, you know what? Talk about Harley. Everybody know that Harley Diver is the main designer of J-Core Live. He's the one who designed Jane, Fox, the whole NDX JCL thing. And of course, if you see some merchandise with either Jane or with Vox on there, it's always done by Harley Diver. Also, you might have probably seen the newest merchandise released like a few days ago. Let's see if I can find it quickly for you people. Give me just a second. Where did I left that design? Was it even on here? No, I think I left the design back at my work. Wait, let's go through another way. Hey Melon! Welcome to J-Core Life One Only. Talk show here on Twitch. Welcome. Wait, let's see. Where did I place that? Was it here? No, it was. It was here. No, it wasn't here. Jesus. No, it's not this design. No. Where is it? Oh, this one. Okay. So let's see if this works. Okay. This is the newest design that we have on merchandise. Of course we have Jane and Vox. So yeah, this is the original design, and especially for the people that help me out, and also the mods and I call it the mods and all the helpers of the NDX JCL people. They have received a T-shirt from me. Yeah, and I do want to showcase that one because it's it's a real special one. Yes, okay, Candy Core. I'll give you the Harley Diver ad later. So I am going to give you people a preview, just to show what it is. Can I? Yeah, I can do it like this. So we have Jane, and we have Fox. This is a special design, only for the mods and for the crew people. So Jane and Fox, they have like a clothing switch. I really like this design a lot. So, and if I'm correct, most of the people already have these shirts already, and I hope everybody will enjoy these shirts. And it's definitely something that I do want to show up. Oh shit! Now this is messing up. God. Seriously. There we go. So, they're actually standing on a J-Core Live logo. So they didn't really have time to change that one. But but now you didn't even notice the clothing swap. You're the one that usually notice a lot. How so? So yeah, how was your weekends? How was New Year? How was all the events that you have been going to? For me, it was a really, really busy time. So I needed to work last week a couple of days, of course. And also needed to work on Saturday. On the Friday... Was it on Friday? No, it was not Friday. It was... When was that? Yeah, no, on Saturday... No... When did we start? Yeah, we started Friday with Anikura Unison. That was really amazing. I have been following the show pretty much, like at least half of it. Yeah, it's still on, by the way. When did it start? It didn't start Friday. It starts Saturday, right? Was it Saturday? Yeah, they started on the Saturday the 31st. I needed to work on that day. It was pretty quiet, so the most of the day I got to listen to the amazing sets. Also really amazing sets from all the NDX JCL people, Decima Sounds people, and of course all the other artists from Neonya, on the Beats. Who else do we have? More Roundwave Crusher, of course. Rave Station is also within our communities. And yeah, it was amazing. And I was really happy that I got to see the acts that NDX JCL artists did. Really loved it. Really did. So the Saturday pretty much until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been working. After that, I went to a birthday party from somebody. Stayed there for a couple hours, then went to another party in Rotterdam. Just to show my face, drink a little bit drinks, eat oliebollen. And then just around 11:15, I needed to drive back home because I needed to do a set for Anikura Unison. If you have seen, the I call it my set during the New Year's of the I call it the change of years. I was pretty blessed and pretty honored that I was allowed to do the change of year section. Little to my knowledge, I didn't know that this would happen because I only live like for 3 months in this house, but the the background was amazing. Holy shit. So yeah, I think everybody, at least if you have been to Anikura Unison, you have seen what we have in the background. No, Tom Six, sorry, really outdid yourself with the background effects on this time. Yep, green screen. Yeah, in case that you haven't seen, definitely in any way we can rewatch that. The set, I need to upload it first. Okay, here's another thing about the set. I knew that the set should be 40 minutes, but in my head, the whole time I thought I had 50 minutes. So I was planning all the tracks what I had in my head. Looked at the time on the minute. Okay, around this time I need to play this track, and the more I'm playing, the more I thought, yeah, 50 minutes. So suddenly at the 40-minute mark, I got cut off, which is I should have known. But I still did finish the 50 minutes just in case, because I found out way too late that I only had 40 minutes. So yeah, you know what? I just did my set and was still 50 minutes. For me, the first time doing a full D4DJ set. So I managed to play tracks from these D4DJ CDs. Yeah, well, like this is like 75% of my D4DJ CDs, and still have 25 that I never used. But yeah, it was really awesome. And during the change of year, I am going to show to you briefly, in case that you haven't seen the set yet. Let's see, let's go to the top. So as you can see, in the background is still pretty quiet, and then time ever. And yes, so this is doing a special D4DJ. This is New Year, and as you can see, the whole skyline was on fire. Let's see, and what. And this pretty much continued from 12 to around 1:30. So yeah, this is typically Dutch. So yeah, as I mentioned, we didn't expect to see these kind of fireworks, and yeah, it was really amazing. Sadly, I couldn't see so much what the chat was saying, but the stuff that I did saw on the chat is that people were amazed to see so much fireworks over there. So yeah, what else is there? Yeah, that was pretty much it. And then afterwards, just keeping checking out Anikura Unison. And yesterday had dinner outside. Listened to Anikura Unison again, and today Anikura Unison. And that's pretty much the end of the year. Hey, Def Minion, if you want to be at our place next year, yeah, sure, why not? So that is my new year. How's yours? Let's see now. Okay, we have Colesbart had a glorious New Year's Eve dinner, shrimp steak, ice cream, hot chocolate bubbles. Nice! Sounds really delicious. They're clumpy food, fireworks, and Nikura was a great weekend. Definitely it is. Definitely New Year start fun. Drank a wee bit too much, couple of beers followed by shots of Silver Strike, Rocket Shot and Flugel. So yeah, cycling home was a challenge. Also start a new job tomorrow at the same company where he resigned from earlier, but they didn't want him to leave, so they gave him a position of a chic coordinator. So that's a safety coordinator. So excited to start one and show what I made him of. Well, nice work. And also good luck on your new job. Let's see, Banana, background fireworks was fucking insane. It was. The funny fact is, we could see from our place all the way until to The Hague. So that is like, I think from here on, I'm 15 to 20 kilometers. You can see in the background all fired up. Candy Core was so stoned, didn't realize was live, and was like, holy shit, they're just lighting up fireworks before New Year's Eve. Be crazy. Let's see, Banana had a great weekend self too. Probably drink more alcohol at the year change that I had of life before. One glass of champagne. Well, Banana, how do you like your champagne? Let's see. Tom CXR had a nice laid back change of year, tuning in some Anikura and Mogra streams just to relax, being very lazy. Well, very lazy can also be a good thing. Let's see. That's right, over here we had like 5 minutes of illegally bought fireworks from neighbors, that's it. Nice. So, was it big fireworks? Okay, safety, health, environment. Okay, I'll say let's go over to the next two tracks because we are way behind schedule. So the first one we are going to listen to is Polyfox and Melancholia featuring Anka singing Mountains, I Won't Forget You, and then Lolipo, the Wind Scene, KW.
Has an end. And every night has a morning.
Of course, echo. Now you can hear the echo again. So is it the camera again? Do we have echo? No, it's not a camera. Man. Oh, what the hell is the fucking problem? Do we echo? Ah, serieus jongens, dit is gewoon echt fucked up. Why is this happening? Testing. Yeah. Test. So we don't have echo now, right? Okay, no more echo. But So. Okay. This should be the correct settings. That before should be the correct settings, and now, while this doesn't work, wait, I gotta test something out. Let me go back a little bit to the last track.
Every night has a warning.
Sorry.
What time is it? It's J-Core Lifetime. I'm here today to tell you about. Just listen. I've got this. If we all just have a listen right now, I think you'll just agree. Look, this is it. This is some good quality J-Core. This isn't some bread and cheese we've slapped on a plate. This is the real stuff. There's only one J-Core, and it's right here, right now, in this box. There's J-Core Life. J-Core Life's in the park. We found it. There it is. There it is. Yeah, currently no sign of J-Core. I think we've got about 3 days worth of provisions. We haven't got any weapons.
So we played 3 tracks. The first one was Lolipo. Polyfox and Melancholia featuring Anka with Singing Mountains, I Won't Forget You. Then Lolipo with Wind Scene. And then Ikaruga next featuring Kurora with Corridors of Time. The Corridors of Time. So, Kennycore. I am not going to give you the 5 minutes combined now because we have something else in line. We will do that later, of course. But for now, I want to introduce everybody. Melon! So, yeah, in case that you don't know who this guy is, this guy I have known for, when was it, like 2006-ish, I think, so 15 years, 17 years. I always have been a fan of him from his, when he was DJing back in the past, but we are also dedicating this show to him today because he is the one responsible for this whole amazing release. Oh wait, I'm looking at this camera, but I should look at his camera now. Oh shit. Yeah.
Banana says I'm muted.
Yeah, okay, you're now not muted.
Okay.
So, Melon, thank you very much for joining in today's show. And also, I know that you had to do quite some things to be able to come to the show today. But yeah, please introduce yourself. Who are you? Who is Melon?
So I'm Melon, Melancholia. I started DJing, I guess, like 2006, I guess. You're doing, J-Core here. And I've known Neodash since then, I suppose. It's been a long time, and I don't know, I've just kind of been around in the scene. I am one of the co-founders of Allcore. Ian and I all co-founded Allcore back in 2009. And I kind of just stuck around kind of in the background since then. And I guess when Neodash started J-Core Life in 2020 during COVID lockdown, I've kind of been around the community since then. So a lot of you do know me. I don't know what else to say. It's just who I am.
That's who we are. Okay, but in the past, or at least some of us, known you as Melancholia. How did the name came to be?
Oh, the name. I don't even remember. It was like 2005, 2006. I don't remember. I'll be honest with you. It was one of those old things that happened, and it wasn't. It was before I started DJing. The name came around, but then when I DJ'd, I took the name and I kind of shortened it because it was actually longer than Melancholia. And I just ended up with this.
So okay, how did you came across J-Core? Because that's one of the most important questions in life, of course. How did you know the term J-Core, and how did it came to be part of your life?
Yeah, so Japanese hardcore. I first got into UK hardcore. I would listen on digitally imported di.fm, and I really enjoyed mixes like DJ Bluecore. Some of you may know. They used to do a lot of mixes on di.fm, and I can't remember. I think it was Bluecore or like DJ Salmonation or someone who played M Project Cherry. And they also played Kenta's song Speedphobia.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 tracks, they really stood out to me. I looked them up on Google. I found the albums that they're on, especially Speedphobia on the Drug Use Acid Rack label. Downloaded those, found more. And from there, I ran into Ian on Discogs, and kind of that's how it all started. That's how I heard about J-Core and got into it. And Ian was kind of there from the start for me. Okay,
so you are one of the co-founders of Allcore. How did Allcore originate? It's because of the 2 of you?
Yeah, so the reason Allcore started is at the time, you may remember this, and like everyone has their own version of it because it happened so long ago now, but back in 2007, 2008, a lot of Japanese hardcore were Toho remixes, especially on Red Alice's label. And Red Alice's label started off, the first two releases are video game music. They're Mother remixes, like Earthbound. Afterward, that label turned purely into Toho, and every comic kit, every M3, it's just another Toho release. And Ian and I were like, when's he gonna do another, Mother release or like, something else? And the event would come, and it was another Toho release. To the point where the whole community was just commenting on this at the time. If you were around, you'd know. We all went through this, and it's not that we hate Toho or anything. It was just oversaturated at the time. And so Ian and I had the brilliant idea: let's start our own label and do video game music at the time. And the first CD was Allcore. It was called Arc Impulse, and it was Allcore. Sorry, it was a Chrono Trigger release, and kind of the same thing as what I did now. It was a Chrono Trigger release for the first release, and it was I don't know. It sold. It's really sucked. I think I did like half the songs, and I did them in like 2 days. And it was my first time producing. I never touched. It was FL Studio, Fruity Loops back then, I think it was called, and I had never touched it. I just picked it up, did in like 2 days. Titsu Kazuya joined in with a track. We had a friend. He ended up going by the name Love Bazooka a bit later. He did a track. And we put out the CD in like 3 days, and you can tell if you listen to it, it's pretty bad. But that's how Allcore began.
You say it's pretty bad, but I did listen to that CD quite often. Past.
Oh, thank you.
No, but it's more like the circle's pretty much complete, because 15 years ago you started the first Allcore CD, Arc Impulse. Chrono Trigger, and now 15 years later, with 15 years more experience in life, you came with Dreamseeker.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit more about Dreamseeker. How did this came to be?
Sure. One sec. I actually have a copy here. So here it is, and I apologize for the webcam. It's an old webcam from 2010. So it might be mirrored. I didn't even realize that.
No, it's not mirrored for you.
Okay. So it's the idea is so COVID came around, COVID lockdown, Neodash started doing J-Core Live, and I don't know, just there was a lot of community influence at the time where this entire community just had a really big impact on me, like emotional impact. And I wanted to do something. I really wanted to do something like a new release, or just for someone to do it, and like I'll help, like I'll chip in, I'll fund or something. Just I wanted something to be done, and no one was really stepping up. So I decided I'm gonna kind of do something. And at the time I was starting to get into vinyl, and vinyl is really big in video game music. There's a whole subgenre called VGM vinyl, video game music vinyl. If you go on like Reddit or places, there's some really big subreddits for it, some really big communities. And I kind of took a bit of inspiration from Japanese hardcore. I took a bit of inspiration from VGM vinyl, and I decided to kind of combine the two. And so this video game music vinyl came to be, but it's Japanese hardcore inspired because all the artists are Japanese hardcore. And the other thing that I really wanted to do in video game music, VGM vinyl specifically, it is licensed. And I was scratching my head thinking, how the heck are they getting it licensed? Because they're releasing like Chrono Trigger soundtrack remixes and they're getting licensed. Whereas here in Japanese hardcore, we're kind of scared to, not step on any toes because we don't want to get we don't want to get in trouble with like legal issues. So the whole journey started of me doing the legal work, figuring out how to get this licensed, and this is licensed from Square Enix. So it was quite the journey.
So This whole release is licensed.
Yes, and it did cost a bit to get that done.
So, that is such an amazing feature that you're presenting, because so you contacted Square Enix and you said, hey, listen, I need these tracks, I am going to license them. How does this work?
I did reach out to them, and they came back saying, oh, thank you, we're honored, however, no. And the reason is there's different types of licensing, and I didn't know this at the time when I first reached out to them, right? So reaching out to the actual composer or the actual the owner of the music, like the copyright holder, and them saying yes, that would give me permission to that would give me a master license, essentially. And a master license is when you have the entire permission to do anything you want. You can sample, you can do anything. And they came back saying no, right? It's probably very hard to get that straight from them. So I wasn't surprised. But then how the heck are all these other labels putting out licensed works? I still needed that answered. So I did some legal digging and found out, hey, there's different types of licenses. If I can get the master license, maybe I can get one of these. So the one that I ended up going with is called a mechanical license. And every country has different licensing laws. The US and Canada have mechanical licensing. I'm sure Europe does as well. But here in Canada, where I'm from, we have mechanical licensing, and the way it works is if someone releases a CD or a vinyl or any sort of physical release here in the country, I can, and I believe it also applies to any release in the US, because Canada and US have this like partnership or something, I can make a derivative of that work, and I will pay the Canada's licensing board, the CMRRA, I can't even remember what it stands for right now. Canada...
Doesn't matter.
Something. Doesn't matter. And I pay a licensing... basically, I pay royalties to the licensing board. And they then find the original composer or the copyrights holder, and they pay the royalties to them. And because it's a mechanical license, I'm not allowed to sample. However, I am allowed to do A, B, C, and D. And A, B, C, and D are, I'm allowed to use the melody, but I'm not allowed to license it, but I can use the melody and I can do like a cover version of it, for example. And there's a few things that you're allowed to do, right? So this is how the other labels were doing it. So I decided, hey, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to apply for mechanical licensing. I'm going to, receive that. Let's make the songs. Let's put this out and let's see where this goes. That's how this came to be.
Oh, wow. So, okay, so now we have, let's see, how many tracks? There's 15 tracks on this,
15 tracks.
On this release. Do you also send these tracks to the original artists? Or at least to
No.
the original composer? Oh, no.
I have not. I could. I don't know if, I don't know what their response would be. Maybe they'd like it, be honored. Maybe they don't like it, and I just don't want to get in trouble. The thing is, I've tried to cover my ass with this, right? So I've done everything I can legally to, for this to be legal. The whole thing with mechanical licensing, though, is these are old laws, and they're very, very gray area. So, for example, what is a cover, or what pertains to a cover? Like, there's also a line in the legalities that say that the melody must be kept and not changed too much. But like, what do you mean by too much? Like, where's the limit? Is this too much? Is that too much? Right? So it's very gray area, and you look at something like Allcore, which wasn't licensed, or what like not half, but like what all the J-Core artists do. If they're not getting in trouble, I don't think they're even going to try going for something like that's like at least licensed, because it's just not worth it, especially with the amount of money involved in this. It's peanuts for a company like Square. It's nothing for them.
Wow. Damn. So, okay. For this release, you reached out to a lot of people, and also a lot of big names within the music scene. How did this journey started?
How did the journey start of reaching out to these people, or?
Yeah. Because,
Yeah,
like at the beginning, you had like in mind, oh, I want these artists, and how did it work for you?
Yeah, I wanted like a varied track listing, right? So I wanted like a Gabber track, I wanted, freeform, I wanted multiple different tracks. So I started reaching out to people in those genres, and some of them saying, "Hey, I don't know what Chrono Trigger is. I wouldn't feel, I wouldn't feel okay doing a track for this." So I had to then find other people. But that's kind of the take that I took. It's I tried going for like a varied track listing and just reached out to, excuse me,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
people through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a question from Derek Lumpy. If you applied for mechanical, what did you do for digital release?
Right. So for so I already mentioned I went through Canada's licensing board. I paid for 500 licenses because that's the minimum. They don't let you buy any less. And so I paid for those 500, and I did 300 vinyl copies and 200 CDs. So that's 500 right there. For the digital, they do not have jurisdiction over digital. They don't. The Canada's licensing board does not have jurisdiction over YouTube, over Spotify, or over anything like that. They told me, like, if you do that, like, we can't help you there, right? So that's just where it is. It's not with them. And for that reason, so you may have noticed, Neodash for sure has noticed because he has the track files, but the tracks are, for example, the track a couple tracks ago, my wife Anka, she sang in it. It's called Singing Mountain because that's what the actual track name is in the game, Singing Mountain. And that's what I've labeled it as on here. It's called Singing Mountain on the track listing. However, for the digital version, I have more liberty, so I can name it anything I want. It's not covered by these laws, right? So it's no longer seen as a cover track on the digital. So in the digital file, it's called Singing Mountain dash I Won't Forget You, which is the name we wanted to give the track. However, for the release, because it's licensed, we couldn't give it the name I Won't Forget You.
Oh, okay. So now I understand why there are two names on there.
Yes. So that name is what the artist wanted to name the track, and then what we were forced to name the track as.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does make sense. Wow. Okay. Oh wow, there's so much.
Yeah, I see Tom
backstory.
saying "What a mess."
Oh wow. So yeah, of course, we are showcasing this album, this whole vinyl release, Dreamseeker. It's now being sold at Banana. Can you post a link? It's on TAS Records.
Yeah, TAS Records.
They are kind of expensive, the vinyls, but it's,
I do.
I don't know, wait. It's not about how expensive it is, but it's more about the journey that this vinyl has gone to. So, yeah, I bought one. You should buy one as well.
Yeah, about that, I would be really thankful if you guys checked out the site. If you can't use, because it does require a credit card, and I do apologize for that, but if you can't use that, just reach out to me directly, or even the email address info@tasrecords.com. I'm more than happy to go through PayPal for the sale. But I would greatly appreciate you guys purchasing a copy, at the very least a CD, if you don't want to buy the vinyl. I did want to make this a special release, very different from anything else released in J-Core, and hopefully I did accomplish that, and hopefully hopefully you guys are interested to own a copy, and we'll see where it goes from here as well.
Yeah, I already ordered mine, and it's going to get a really... Oh, wrong camera. It's going to get a special place up there. So, yeah. Let's listen to the next 2 tracks. The first one is... okay, so what is the correct title? Is it the first one or the second one?
Oh, 1 sec. What's the next track? The next track would be Delightful Specchio.
DJ Jen and UPG? For Delightful Specchio,
Yeah.
or is it Dream Away? Which one of the 2 is it?
Delightful Specchio is the track on the original soundtrack, on the original Chrono Trigger soundtrack. That is the correct name. However, DJ Jen wanted it to be called Dream Away. Technically, both are okay to use.
But what do we prefer?
I don't know. I would just call it Delightful Specchio. I think it works better. But for the digital, you can kind of use both. I don't know. I mentioned I want this to be a different release than normal, so here you go.
Okay, DJ Jen and Upire with Dream Away. So those were two tracks that you just heard. The first one was DJ Gen with you featuring Euripe with Dream Away, and then Crisis featuring Laura Brinks. Can you hear me? Or the original titles at the bottom of the night. So we have been listening to 7 tracks already right now, and really, Melon, so far these tracks are all amazing, all different kind of music styles, amazing. And to everybody out there, yes, this vinyl is being sold at TAS Records. So, Banana, if you can post the link one more time again. Oh, there. Yeah, there we go. Move about tasrecords.com. Buy the vinyl, not vinyl, but the vinyl or the CD. And yeah, support, and support even more. And if you love Chrono Trigger, buy it, definitely. So, Melon, how about like the digital versions of the track? Is there a story behind that or not?
Oh, the digital versions. Not really. It just I wasn't planning on doing digital until like a week before the release. And people just started asking me like, "Hey, I want a digital." Okay, let's provide a digital then. So that's the story.
Okay, now because I know that because I've known about your project already for 2 years. Really, in my mind, it was like I only knew it only for 1 year. No, but it's more like that I asked you. Yeah, I really want to do a showcase, but I really do need to have it digitally. And you said no, we're not going to release any digital. It's going to stay on vinyl. And I said, yeah, but I don't have a vinyl player, and I'm not going to buy one.
Exactly. So originally I wasn't planning on doing CD at all, and I didn't even consider doing digital. And then eventually, the CD came around, and then digital. So now here we are.
So yeah, we have all 3 of them. But the digital, or is it also being sold at TAS Records, or is it from in another place?
Yeah, it is being sold at tasrecords.com. Banana saying tape version when. But yeah, the digital is being sold on the website. Now I have had some people complain saying, hey, I'd like this on like Bandcamp or something, or I don't want to purchase this with a credit card. So I am listening, and I think in the next couple of weeks I will probably create a Bandcamp page. And maybe as a community we can kind of push that, because I pushed the site, and if we're not using the site, we're using Bandcamp, then I would greatly appreciate if you guys helped when the time comes. But we're not there yet. So just right now I'm waiting on the flyers to come in, because we have a couple flyers that we've created, and I'm waiting on the flyers to come in and putting them in the packages and the mailers and sending everything out, because everything is already like it's waiting in the other room. And you might notice behind me there's like a bunch of boxes. The whole apartment here is just filled with boxes. I can't even describe. It's such a mess.
It doesn't matter. Look, my whole apartment is also filled with boxes.
Well, you guys have just moved, right? So
well, just as we moved here like 3 months ago.
Yeah, but yeah, our apartment's a mess. I can't wait to get this stuff out in a couple of weeks, and yeah,
really, really excited. But tell us a little bit about that beautiful slipmat of yours.
Oh, I have it behind here. So, this is a slipmat for anyone that's not that doesn't know much about vinyl. Basically, you put it on the turntable and then you put the vinyl on top of this. And one more thing, I'm going to take one of the vinyl out and show you. So this is one of the sleeves when you take it out. And there's two vinyl in this release. So this is one of the sleeves. It's designed after the black chests in Chrono Trigger. So for anyone that's played the game, you see these all throughout the game, and for half the game you're wondering like, what the heck is this? Because whenever you try opening one, it says a mysterious force seals it shut or something like that. And anyway, if you do open it, it's the vinyl. And I went with clear vinyl. And I also got Harley Diver did the black chest design, and he also Banana saying don't spoil the game. Harley Diver did the design, and he did such an amazing job, especially with the little new. You might be able to see this, the little blue guy. And there's every side has a different colored new, and they're all colors that you do see in the game. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's clear vinyl, and if you notice, when I put the slip mat behind it, this is what it looks like, and it spins. And the slip mat is not your traditional slip mat. It is UV printed. This is UV paint on the slip mat. This, if you use black light, it will glow neon. And it looks so cool when you put the vinyl on the slip mat, you turn the black light on, and it spins. I have a video somewhere. I don't think you can show it. I don't want you to break your stream, but I do have a video on YouTube and on Twitter with it in action, and it's just beautiful how it spins. I really wanted to capture this. Someone had done it in the video game vinyl community, and I wanted to bring it to J-Core and for you guys to, to enjoy this.
Let's see. I know that I have seen
that's
it.
why. That's why I posted it. Everyone go check out the Twitter link.
Or we can do it like this. Oh man, this is so amazing.
Yeah, that was recorded with a bad camera. It looks a bit different in real life. The colors are different, but to me that's really cool. I really like that. I wanted it to be different, and I think we accomplished that.
So okay, so Harley also made the artwork for at least part of the artwork.
Yeah, Harley did. So I had originally hired an artist, and he did the cover, and that's all he did. And I didn't know what I was going to do with the back, or with the inside, or with the cutouts, or anything. And then thank God Harley was around, because I love how Harley, he's saying, I forgot what I did for this, so many bits and pieces, it was a fun project. Thank you so much, Harley. You basically saved this. I was completely lost, and thankfully you were familiar with Chrono Trigger. So when I explained something to you, you knew right away what I was thinking. That helped tremendously, because the original artist, he had never played Chrono Trigger, and so I was explaining I want Magus in this with Zeal and in the clouds, the kingdom of Zeal in the clouds, and he's just writing back I don't get it. But
okay, but for these kind of artworks, you really need to know at least the basics of it. And if you ask an artist to draw something that he never played, okay, maybe he play he or she maybe play the first 1 hour, but then it's only just to get a little glimpse of the game. But this picture, as you see, it's definitely really specific. You really
it's
do
very
need to know.
specific. Yeah, so let me talk a little bit about the picture. And you can barely see it on Neodash's stream here.
Wait,
it's in the corner. Maybe you can pull it up.
I just rebooted my computer, so I need to find it again. Give me a sec.
I can send you a copy.
No, it doesn't matter. I have it here, but the folder is just closed.
Okay. Well, I sent it over Discord.
Okay, then you do it through Discord. Oh, original. So there we go.
Okay, yeah, pull it up. So for anyone that's played the game, there's a lot of Easter eggs in this picture, and the first thing you're going to see is there's the flying islands in the above the clouds. which is Kingdom of Zeal, and then on the ground is the snow, as is in the game, and you have this character with a big scythe walking, and that's Magus for anyone who is familiar. So this event that portrayed on the cover, this event actually occurs in the game, but we're not introduced to it. We're not told that it happens. So it's kind of something I was thinking about. I wanted to portray something that occurred in the game, but that we weren't very familiar with. And if you go, can you zoom in on the bottom left corner? There's this like statue with
Here.
yeah. So what this is, for anyone that's played the game, is when you're fighting Magus, the Battle of Magus, there's the statue behind him. And you fight him, you all get sucked into this time warp, you end up somewhere else, whereas he ends up somewhere else. Where does he end up? Because later on in the game, he ends up in the Kingdom of Zeal, next to the Queen. Right? So, in my mind,
I remember.
Clearly, he gets sucked into the portal, so does that like statue from that battle. And this is where they get transported, and he's walking right now to the Skyway to get transported up to the kingdom where the Queen is. So this event technically happens. It's just we're not shown it in the game. So that was my imagination of what I wanted with the cover art and what I was thinking.
No, but it is a really good cover because it's really thought out. It's like this is a scene that we don't see, but it's a scene that we do know that this is going to happen, and it happened. Only like I said, it's not being shown.
Yeah, it's it's also like from my imagination as well, right? Because I don't know if this is exactly how it happened, but I wanted, like, as I'm a really big Chrono Trigger fan, and as a fan, I wanted to just kind of celebrate this thing, and I wanted the cover to be something nerdy and just something very unique. So that's kind of where this comes from. I don't know if you want me to talk about like the rest of the album, like the artwork.
Oh yeah, sure.
So the original artist, he did the cover, but like I have an obi here, this purple thing. Let me just take this off.
Let's see. I don't know if this is bigger.
So when you open this, and let me go back a bit. When you open it, because it's a gatefold, it opens up to this beautiful scenic view of the Kingdom of Zeal. And I've also got the credits. And then on the back is the track listing.
And Lavos.
And it's not Lavos. Oh yeah, Lavos is in the bottom right. You're absolutely right. He is on there. But what is behind the text is the Mammon Machine from Zeal. And this was one of Harley Diver's creations. He did such a beautiful job animating this and portraying it. And it's not just that it's the Mammon Machine, it's actually in the game, Neodash, you've played it. You know those black doors that are sealed?
Yep.
And you try opening them and they say mysterious force shuts this door, blah blah blah.
Yep.
That's what this actually is. It's one of those black doors.
Oh,
and if you've
okay.
ever looked at the design on the black door, this is the design. It's actually the Mammon Machine.
I never
so when
looked
you're playing
at the
game
design.
next. Yeah, Harley Diver looked at the design.
I never look at that design, not that far.
He looked at the design and he spent a couple days just thinking this through. Probably more than a couple days, but he came up with this.
The thing is, I know with those chests and with those doors, I don't know how the chime goes, but it's somewhere deep in my head. Like
you can hear it. It's part of you.
It's part of me. Yeah, because I already mentioned this like at the beginning of the show that I have played Chrono Trigger twice before, and on the third go, I stopped somewhere pretty short. I think I only played like 15 hours, or not even.
Only. You do need to finish it.
Yeah, I definitely do need to finish it, of course. No, but it's more like still one of my. It's not one of my. It is my favorite JRPG game ever. Even though I'm a more fan of Final Fantasy, but Chrono Trigger is still my favorite. Because of the whole storytelling and also the gameplay, those tech attacks. That's like amazing. So let's say now. What time? Oh, okay. I will say let's listen to the next two tracks. The first one is going to be T to Kazuya with Secret of the Forest, and then Anzu with Stories. Shit, where's my record box? There we go. So those were two tracks that we heard. The first one was T2 Kazuya with The Secret of Forest, and then Anzu with Stories. Well, right now we are also being joined by Anka. Anka is one of the singers on this album, and if I see it correctly, she featured at two tracks.
Two tracks, yeah.
Two tracks? Yeah, let's see. That was the first track, and which one?
The last one.
Oh, and the last. Oh, yeah, and the last one. So, yeah, Anka, welcome to JK Live. Thank you very much for spending a little bit of time with us. We would like to get to know you. Who are you?
Thank you for having me on. My name is Anka, and I am Christian's wife. And I was the vocalist for two of the tracks on the Dreamseeker album.
Oh, nice. So, okay. Have you also been playing Chrono Trigger in the past?
She has not.
No?
I just pulled her along, and she, I don't know. I told you got to do this. She said, okay, I'll do it.
So, okay. Are you also a singer from as origin, or?
No, she's not a singer.
No. So how this all started is Christian told me he was thinking of starting this project, and I thought, okay. I mean, I know it was something he wanted to do for quite a while. It's just he never found the right time to get started on it. And when he told me that he was ready to see this project off the ground about 2 years ago,
Yep.
I was happy for him. I told him I would support him in the best way I could. And he told me, well, I was thinking of getting you to do the vocals for one of the tracks. And my initial thought to that was, nope, not happening. I told him I'd support you in any other way but that. And for anyone who listened to the tracks and hasn't realized yet, is I have no background in music, no training in vocals at all. The extent of my musical background up to that point was singing nursery rhymes to my kindergarten children. And let's just say singing to 4-year-olds was on a whole different level. So when he asked me to do the vocals, my initial reaction was, what are you thinking? Do you want this to fail before it even has a chance to take off? But he kept insisting. He told me that, you can do this. It will sound fine when it all comes together. And I was like, I don't know.
I got her to sit down and write some lyrics. I gave her the original songs, the melody, and she tried to piece the the words to the melody, and
yeah, we sat down and we did the vocals for Epilogue to Good Friends. I think that was
we did. So the last track on this album, the 15th track, that track we did first, 2 years ago, and I mean obviously I hadn't produced in 8 years by that point or something, and you can tell if you listen. The track is more of a progressive track. It's not a banger or an anthem. It's just kind of a progressive track. That's the idea behind it, at least. But her vocals, I think on the second track, the Singing Mountain track, turn out a lot better. So that's just my opinion. Now, obviously everyone has different opinions, but yeah.
So it's funny that you hear this story, because I have exactly the same with Kim. On the first project, what I did on the Warp Zone CD is I really wanted to have her on, as a vocalist, and she said, no, let's not do that, because she can't sing. But then suddenly, you can rap something, just do something, and eventually it turned out great. So yeah, I definitely know the story about how you guys are doing it. But okay, now looking back at the two tracks that Anka, that you have done, how you think about it, and what's your story behind this?
Well, when we did the first track and we sat down, we started on the vocals, my initial thought was, what did I get myself into? But after that initial fear passed, then I started having a lot of fun with it. I really enjoyed it, and somehow he ended up convincing me to do the vocals for a second track. And at the end of the day, I'm happy I was part of this project with such greatly talented individuals who are so passionate about what they do. And I'm really thankful for that chance to be part of it. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm really happy you were able to join us, and yeah.
Yeah, Anka, and also for me, thank you very much for kicking his ass and and supporting him in this project, because
It's 2 years, but
I just also mentioned to him that apparently I know of this project for 2 years, and in my mind it was just only 1 year. It's like, what happened? You told me this like last year, right? No,
Yeah,
you know
it's
this
2
already for
years.
2 years.
So I reached out to Neodash like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago actually.
Oh,
almost
sorry.
three. Well,
sorry,
we're in
2.5
2023.
years.
It's 2023 now, so technically 3 years now. But you're the one who hooked me up with Crisis. Reaching out to him, and actually you're the one who hooked me up with Martin with the Speed Freak as well. So yeah, without you, this album would have been very different. I would have had to reach out to other individuals. But yeah.
Yeah, okay, because that is also really funny, because I know that I helped you with the Speed Freak and with Crisis, and then suddenly I see Stormtrooper over there as well. That was like, okay, so you have the Gabber Disco people over there. That's like,
Yeah.
okay.
So I can give you a little bit of insight of what happened there. So the album, I initially reached out to maybe 10 individuals saying, hey, I need the songs done by and I gave them like 7-8 months to do them. And a couple of the people gave me tracks on time, and then probably about half the people didn't send me a track. And I reached out and they said, it'll come next week. And then next week passed and they still hadn't given me a track. And then another week, and then months turned into like a year. And I ended up scrapping a couple of people, because like I ended up talking to Martin about this, and he said if people aren't serious, just, it is what it is. Just scrap them and go with someone else.
Yep.
And it was very last minute. I actually reached out to Stormtrooper back in, I think, November, and I told him, hey, if you can get this track done in a month, you're more than welcome to join us. Otherwise, don't bother. Because by that point, I had been waiting for like 4 months for a track for someone who had promised it the month before, and now he was coming up with excuses. I'm not going to say who it is.
No, it doesn't matter.
And I have no personal things with the guy. Amazing individual. Just, he was really busy, and I get that. And it's really unfortunate, because I did want him on there, and I would love him for a future release if there is going to be one, right? So I hope there's no hard feelings, but I needed to release this. It had already been 2.5 years in the making. I needed to get this out already. So I reached out to Stormtrooper very last minute, and this was through Speed Freaks. I think Speed Freak kind of like, hey, you got to make this. And and it got made.
How long did it took?
It took him a month. So I reached out in November. He said, I'll get it done to you around Christmas. And he got it.
Oh man, it's a real surprise. No, because I think I remember, like, way in the past, what was it? You only had like, you wanted to have like 8 or 10 tracks on this release?
Yeah, I wanted to have much less tracks, and then it eventually turned into like vinyl, for example, is very limited, because like digital or CD, you don't really have a time limit. Like with CD, you do have a time limit of 75 minutes. Excuse me. But vinyl, you are limited to 20 minutes per side if it's 33.5 RPM. If it's 45 RPM, then you're limited to like 14, 15 minutes. And I kind of went over that time limit. So it then turned into a 2-vinyl project. And now I have like a bunch of empty, nothing. So I needed at that point, I needed more songs.
So now everything is filled?
Yeah, everything is filled. Like, I think the side with the least amount of music, comes in at like 18 minutes. So they're like 18 and a half minutes, 19 minutes. So they're all pretty much up to the 20-minute mark.
Oh, nice. So, okay, cool. Anka, do you have any other projects in the future coming up?
I like to say no. Hopefully I don't get pulled into any more. I'm here to support in the background.
Right now, she's actually been pulled into. So I am selling the test pressings as well. So when you're making the vinyl, the pressing plant will create test pressings, and my idea was, hey, I will sell these test pressings. Maybe someone is willing to buy them to support us. Both financially, but also like it's something very special. It's very limited. There's I think either 10 or 15 copies, and they haven't all sold. I might just like cut and like destroy 5 of them if it comes to that. But yeah, if you're interested, please consider buying one. It is expensive, but it's to support this label and support like a future project. And she is making something for that right now. She's doing embroidery and creating. Yeah, she's trying. She's doing such an amazing job with it. So yeah, the test pressings come in an embroidered bag that she's making.
Oh, nice. So
but she's busy.
It's keeping me busy.
So if you want to support TAS Records, just buy the vinyl. If you have a little bit more money to spend, buy the special edition, so you can support them even more. Because we definitely want more music out there. So I would say, let's listen to the next 2 tracks. The first one is going to be Des Fox with World Revolution. Genesis 1200, and then we switch over to Stormtrooper and Cafe B, Preventing the End. So you just heard 3 more tracks. The first one was Dust Fox with Genesis 1200 or 12,000. Then Stormtrooper and Cafe B with Too Far Away Times. Preventing the End. And then we had one more track. This is Polyfox, the Frog theme. A Knight's Destiny. And also funny to see that Stormtrooper came into Twitch. So welcome Stormtrooper. Welcome to Jaco Live. Your one and only Dog Show here on Twitch. So yeah, this album, this whole release, either on vinyl and on CDs, you can buy it at let's see,
TASrecords.com.
Album, yeah, for the lazy people out there, TASrecords.com. Go buy the release. It's definitely worth it. The vinyls are a bit on the pricier side, but it's definitely worth it. It's
please consider at least the CD version. And the CD version. So one thing I haven't seen anyone in Discord mention yet, and Orn and I have been keeping our eyes peeled back for this, but no one has mentioned that the CD version, the first 100 copies, come with a special bonus CD.
Oh, damn.
So definitely consider picking up a CD.
Okay, you know what? And also to I personally will also give away one CD. I was planning to do this like earlier, but I pretty much got distracted. So let me do one giveaway. Because yeah, that's how I support every now and then. And of course my Ubot doesn't work. Let's make one new giveaway. Let's see, how does it work again? I kind of forgot how this worked. Okay, this archive this one, create giveaway. Let's type hashtag. Okay. Okay, I am doing one giveaway of the CD, not the vinyl, but the CD, to one lucky person out there. Everybody has a chance to win, but of course Twitch subscribers will have double the chance. All you have to do is type in hashtag melon heart. Wait, and then of course I must to win the Dreamseeker type. And so it should work now. So if you want to win this CD, go type in hashtag melon hearts, and then everybody has a chance to win this CD. So also to everybody out there, if you have some questions that you want to ask Melon about this release, please ask that question. And this is also the last segment that we have Melon over here. So yeah, be quick with the questions, and yeah, this is a Q&A.
Yeah, ask me any questions you want.
So yeah, this Dreamseeker. We know that you have been planning to do this already for 2.5 years, but is it like something that you already really wanted to do like several years ago?
So for anyone that's actually been like kind of close to me knows I kind of disappeared from the scene, from J-Core back in like 2013ish, maybe even 2012. I was already on my way out, and I kind of came back around 2017, 2018. I popped up back on Discord, and already back then I was kind of looking around because like I had a fresh set of eyes at this point, right? I had kind of just stepped away, and I'm coming back now, and I'm at the time back in like 2017, 2018. I'm looking around, and one of the things I saw was my buddy Hellblind, as some of you know him. He had done a CD a couple years before then, and um, it just, I don't know. He was great at making the music, but he sucked at doing the promotion, and he sucked at doing the, getting the CD out there, and the rest of that. And I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, maybe he's not good at this, but he's good at that. Maybe I can help or something. And I tried reaching out to him. Hey, buddy, like I'd like to help you. Just talk to me. And it just, nothing really came from it. But at the time, I remember I reached out to Ian saying like, hey, Ian, I don't know if you have any more plans to do all core releases, but I'd like to be involved, not like music side, but like, I don't know, like I don't know what it would look like. And I remember having a couple chats with him. In the end, nothing came of it. So kind of just had this in the back of my mind for a couple of years. It was like 2018, 2019 now. And then 2020 came, and Neodash started J-Core Life, and him talking and this whole community that built around this just really motivated me to, okay, if no one wants to do something, I'll just do it myself. And so I just ended up doing it myself. And I realized along the way, I really enjoyed the design portion. I enjoyed like, certain parts of it, but I also really suck and really hate like the promotion aspect, for example. I've realized this in the past few days. I suck at it. I don't have the social connections. Like I don't have like a big Twitter account with like 1,000 or thousands of people. I suck at certain parts, right? Like within a company, you have like the promotional expert, like the I don't know, you have someone to handle shipments, you have someone to handle the design, you have someone to like manage this and do that. I'm trying to do everything, and it's just, I kind of failed in some ways, but also I think I did really well in like the design aspect. I like a lot of things about it. I think we could have done better with many things, but I do like the design and how there's the slip mat with like it's see-through, and it's UV printed, and like there's some really good ideas in there. It just, the promotional aspect, I do really suck. So if you guys are willing to help out in any way, not just like today, but like over the next couple months, I would greatly appreciate that. Really, I'd be really thankful from the bottom of my heart. But I don't even remember what the original question that you asked was. I just rambled.
Doesn't matter. No, but it's more like I do understand where you're getting at with the sucking at promotion part, because that is one thing that I also that's not really my strongest point, the promotional part. I am a person, especially with J-Core Life, I want to get things done, just get things done, set everything up, and that's it. But like promotional stuff, like my Warp Zone CD is still not sold out, even after all these years, because I suck in promoting. I suck in promoting my own stuff. And
you
of
have
course,
the same problem that I do.
With J-Core Live, I tried something, and even now I still don't have the proper reach. But just keep the content going out there and just promote as much as possible at the channels that I know. Yeah, that's the only way for me that I know. But there are always more ways to learn. But also talking about learning, you probably learn a lot of stuff down the line, because you learn a lot about music licensing.
Yep.
You probably know by now more than the average person.
Definitely, yeah. I learned about music licensing. I learned about it in from multiple countries. I know how it works in like the U.S., Canada, more or less. I learned how certain industries work. I learned about vinyl and records, and I learned about distribution of records and resales and all sorts of stuff that I didn't think I'd ever learn. I don't know. It's been a wild journey. Like I'm not bad or anything that I did all this. It's just it's overwhelming. When I first started, I felt overwhelmed too, and now at the very end, I feel overwhelmed again. And yeah, I do see a question. NECA is asking, was going for clear vinyl an aesthetic choice only? It's not that it was only an aesthetic choice, but it was the best choice for the UV printed slip mat. So that's the main reasoning behind it. There is a second variant of the vinyl that I do have as well. It's already been manufactured, and it looks different. And instead of being fully clear, it's a bit milky. You can still see through it. It's still transparent, but it's not as transparent. And that one, I don't know if I'll be selling that. I think I'm gonna reach out and make that like an exclusive variant through a distribution. Probably next year I'll be releasing that one. But there is another version, coming up. Just wanted to put that out there. How many grams is the record? The record, because there's two records, right? The record with the jacket and with the slip mat, I think come out to 650 grams. And then the mailer, which I have right here. One sec. So I'm using these boxes. They're called whiplash mailers. They're used in the vinyl industry. And this is another like 300 grams or so. So it's about a whole kilogram in total, the product itself. That's why the shipping is and it didn't come out too bad. I don't think it's like 16 euros to ship to the Netherlands, for example, for a vinyl, which it's not the end of the world. It's not like it's like 40, thank God. But yeah, it's I've been using Whiplash, and like these Whiplash, I had to go through so much just to get them because they don't really ship here in Canada. So I had to get them purchased in the States. I had to drive down there. I had to, import them, and it was such a headache.
Man. Definitely.
Like I said, I learned a lot.
Definitely is asking if you know how many grams vinyl record.
Oh, they're 140 grams. I was considering 180 grams, but they're already so heavy, and I'm actually very thankful that I didn't go with 180 grams.
But is there a difference between 140?
There
and
is a
180?
difference. Yeah. So the one sec, I'm just gonna put this back up. So for vinyl, generally records are 140 grams. You can get them made a bit thicker, heavier, not thicker. Well, actually, yeah, it would be thicker, where they're 180 grams, and they don't warp as easily when they're heavier, and I think they sit a bit better. So generally, if it's like a black vinyl, and it's sometimes called like a DJ variant or something. I've also heard the argument that like the grooves can be deeper and maybe have like a better audio quality, which I've seen testing done on that. I don't know if it's true. Maybe it is. To me, it made no difference, and to most people, it makes no difference. But yeah, I don't know. It's something I definitely considered. I didn't go with it though.
Okay. Well, 140 is more than enough. Because I'm guessing that if you would put 180, it would rank up the cost a bit more, I guess. Also.
Definitely, yeah. Quite a bit.
So, okay. No other questions?
I can talk a little bit about, for example, TAS Records.
Oh, yeah.
The name. So, if anyone is familiar with gaming, TAS stands for Tool Assisted Speedrun. If anyone's, into speedruns or, extreme gaming, you have TAS runs. And so when I was coming up with the label name, because it's video game related and it's like hardcore music, I kind of just took TAS, Tool Assisted Speedruns, and I made it my own. So now it's Tool Assisted Sounds. And, both are kind of like extreme. Oh, yes, and there's also that Tool Assisted Speedcore track that exists, which I wasn't even aware of until after I came up with this name. But yeah, that's where the name comes from. The logo came from DJ Plague during one of the CSR shows with Neodash. I won some award. I can't remember why or what, but he told me, I will design your logo. So I told him, please design a logo for TAS Records. And he came back like 2 hours later with like 3 or 4 logos. I told him I want that one, and then he finalized it. And I use it because, you know, I'm very thankful that he did that. It was a really nice gesture from him.
Nice. So it all works out all together, and everything comes together in the end.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, are there other kind of projects that you're planning for in the future, or it's for now just sit back and take a rest?
For now, it's just this. I am considering maybe like a second, record. Depends how this one goes. And if I do a second record, like I have learned a lot. Like one of the things behind this one was I might only get one chance to do this. I'm going to kind of go big or go home. And, you know, even if I come out at a loss of a few $1,000s, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, Anka was like really supportive of this. And unfortunately, that's where we're at. We're at a big loss. I'm not going to say, I told Neodash the amount, but I'm not going to say it.
No,
It's
you don't need to say it.
but I am thinking of like a second press, and what that would be is a completely different approach. Whereas instead of go big or go home, it would be more like a like a small, not small, but like just a very different press where it's not, I don't know how to put it in words, just if you're aware of the Refract LP by Loli Style Gabbers, it would be like that. It would be probably black and white, because color costs more money. So it'd be black and white cover, black and white cutouts, very thin jacket. Whereas for this one, my current one, I got 24-point jacket, color, everything. Like I went all out with this. I went with like cardboard sleeves instead of paper sleeves. So, you know, I would base it more toward like the Refract LP, and maybe even consider like doing a series or something with that. But unfortunately, if I do another one, I won't be able to pay the artists the amount that I paid these guys, because these guys, I tried to be, and I don't know if they found it fair or not, because I have no idea, but I tried to be more, I tried to, yeah, I tried to be considerate. I had like a budget, it was quite big, and I was willing to kind of dig into my pockets a little. For a new one, it might have to be different.
Yeah, but
just how it is.
On the end, all the artists, they agreed, and yeah, it's an amazing product with what you delivered, and it's like I'm never really excited for vinyl records, but I'm really excited to, especially this one, wanted to have in my hands, look at it, and just put it up there.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
and one, sorry to cut you off.
Doesn't matter.
Because like you said, you're interested in having it in your hands, and I just quickly remembered, like I do have I think 50 more slip mats that I haven't when I bought the slip mats, they sent me extras. I don't know why, but they sent me extras. So I have about 50 more. So if anyone, because it is a 2 LP release, if anyone wants one, I can include another. It will cost you extra, and obviously the shipping, it's going to be heavier, but some people might want 2. So definitely let me know, and I can throw one in. It is going to, I don't know what a fair amount would be for something like this, but yeah, definitely let me know if you are interested.
So yeah, help a brother out, support TAS Records, support Dreamseeker, throw it out on the internet everywhere, promote at your mother's place, at your father's place, your brother, your sister, your boss. Say, yeah, this is a really good album, you really need to buy, you need to support. Just support TAS Records, and of course my buddy Melon, because yeah, the project that Melon released is amazing. Okay, I cannot say it's amazing right now because I don't have it in my hands, I don't see the quality, but the music already the music alone and the whole backstory to it, it's amazing. But let's say if you would do a second release, would it be another Chrono Trigger release, or is it going to be something else?
I would like to keep in the same style with video game music. So it probably would be video game music. It might not be like one game. It might be like a varied. So like it might be like a Mario track or a Zelda track or maybe another Chrono Trigger track or something. And the thing I would try to do is I would try to get them licensed, which we can't use certain samples, we can't do certain things, but within those limitations, we are able to release licensed music, and I think I'd do my best to keep it that way.
Nice. So, any other questions? If you don't have any questions, then this is also the almost the end of the segment with Melon. We have free entrance over here, so one lucky person is going to win this CD. So let's close this one up, and let's announce the winner. So can we have a drum roll? And the winner is of the CD is NECA DJ. So NECA, send me your address, and then I'll make sure to buy one on your address. So please enjoy the album. So if there are no other questions, then and this is it.
I guess I have a question for you guys.
Oh, you have a question. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have a question. Has this ever happened? What are you? Because I'm not really in touch with like the promotional aspect or anything, but would you guys recommend that I put this up on Bandcamp? Would you guys recommend what would you guys recommend? Like, teach me. I'd like to hear.
Okay, I do know that Bandcamp is a good thing because you can reach a lot of people with that. The thing is with Bandcamp is the first 10 purchases you get all the funds for it, and then the 11th purchase is for Bandcamp. So also a lot of people do have Bandcamp and they want a collection on Bandcamp. And if there are Bandcamp sales, then of course you get less. So yeah, it's okay. It's something that you do need to think about, especially if you are selling merchandise like CDs and vinyls. For that, I guess I would think about keeping it exclusive on elsewhere where you can get more profits. But for digital, there's nothing that you can lose. Let's say you lose maybe $1.50 per 10.
Yeah, that's not bad. $1.50. So one of the unfortunate things that happened to me is when the site went live back on December 29th, it froze for a good hour, and people were just clicking like mad, trying to enter their credit card, and they got charged multiple times.
Oh, damn.
And I had to refund, I think, almost 30 sales. I've refunded thousands of dollars by this point, and unfortunately the credit card company takes hundreds of dollars. So I'm hundreds of dollars in processing fees just from that. So Bandcamp taking a little bit here and there, it's probably going to be the same at this point.
Yeah. Like I said, for digital music, do it, because that is for me that's also a big source of buying music. for sure. Only for merchandise, I would suggest to do something else because
Okay.
because when I
Now-
sold my CDs on Bandcamp, yeah, I don't know. It also converts to the Bandcamp Fridays because Bandcamp Fridays you get discounts, and then I sold the CDs with discounts as well, so that's part of my loss as well.
So I have a follow-up question, I suppose, is if I do put it up on Bandcamp, and now I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but if I were to put it up on Bandcamp, yeah, I've lost my train of thought. Dang it. What is this? Maybe reach out to Ultimate House Merchandise. Many artists go there. Never heard of them. I'll look into that.
Definitely, I don't think that would be a good thing for Ultimate House Merchandise because those are not for the gaming communities. And Ultimate House Merchandising is mostly Dutch.
Mostly Dutch, okay.
I wouldn't suggest this, especially not for this music style. The only person that they probably would know on this list is probably only the Speed Freak, if I must be honest.
Okay,
So-
I remember my question. So if I were to
Okay.
put up on Bandcamp, so here's my issue with this, and maybe you guys can help with this, but I've put it up on my own site, and people have purchased it on my own site. If I were to put up the Bandcamp now, I feel kind of like an ass because I didn't offer that as an option literally 1 week ago, and maybe they would have preferred to buy it on Bandcamp. What's your opinion on that, guys? And maybe it would be okay, but
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't matter.
that's normal apparently,
It doesn't matter.
according to NECA.
And let's say you can also do it this way. If people purchase the music on your website, but they prefer to have on Bandcamp, then you can give them like a special code. So
Right.
So then they can get it over there as well.
If I were to give them the special code, would they keep their is it kind of like, okay, when you buy a free release on Bandcamp, you don't actually, like, your picture doesn't appear on there under the release, and I know some people care about that. Do you know if I were to gift them a code, would their picture appear there? Does anybody know?
If I got some gifted codes in the past because I'm doing JCO Live, of course. Like with Brown Wave Crushers, I get everything with the codes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, I'll definitely consider it. It might be something I release. Today's Monday. I'll probably release it before the end of this week. I would really appreciate if everyone on here and on Discord and in the community could maybe retweet it or spread it around when I do release it.
definitely.
That I think that might help. But yeah, I'm also considering opening it up to like UK purchases because right now I can't sell it to the UK. Just because of the whole Brexit customs stuff. I don't want to go into that right now, but yeah, Tristan and I were talking earlier about that. It's such a mess because the VAT taxes fall on me rather than the buyer. I just don't know how to handle that. Unless I charge like a 21% VAT. I don't know. Either way, I don't want to go into it. So anyway, thank you so much for all your help, guys.
For the UK thing, I know actually somebody that also really wanted to buy it, but for the UK people, they need to have a workaround, and otherwise have somebody from Europe buy for them.
Yeah, no. If you're in the UK, just reach out to me directly. I'll see what I can do. Whether it's I'll figure it out. I still need to figure it out. Like I promised like Harley and Jackazit, I promised them a copy because they were both involved, and like I need to figure that out so they can get their copies.
So okay, for now you are still waiting for some flyers before you can send out all the packages, right?
I'll have those this weekend, yeah, and then probably start of next week I can start shipping them out. So in about a week I'll ship them.
Okay. So really excited. So hopefully in 2 weeks I have a really awesome vinyl record over there. it's the only one that is going to be on top. No. There's still one vinyl that is probably also going to be there. But right now the cover is in Canada. So yeah, I guess that this is it for today. Melon, yeah, thank you very much for what you have done with Dreamseeker. It's amazing. Also hearing the stories about how this all came to be, it's really amazing, really motivating as well. Yeah, although this is a 2 to 3 year project, I am still really happy that you still decided to go full on to live and just release this awesome album. Really cannot wait to have this.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you're excited, and thank you so much to everyone who has bought one and supported me, and just not even that, but like thank you to everyone that's part of this community. You guys know I like hanging out in like the serious business sub Discord or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, thank you to everyone who's had insightful and thoughtful conversations with me in the past couple of years. It's been great.
But the most important thing also with all of this is thank you for being part of the community, because you and of course like everybody here on Twitch and everybody on Discord, you all also have been amazing, because without every one of you, Jake Live, it may be the show that I'm doing, but it's not for me, it's for everyone. I might be doing the work, but it's because of the people of the community that comes all together and just hang around with each other and just party with each other. That is the biggest thing. So for me, personally, to you, Melon, thank you very much for your contribution within the J-Core scene in the last 17 years that I've known you. Started with Allcore. The first release, okay, sadly it's in one of those boxes over there, but the first Allcore CD, Arc Impulse, a Chrono Trigger inspired album, full with bootlegs, and now you have an official release, I got an official license album. I can say you came a real long way, and the the quality difference, it's
night and day.
You started as a pirate and now you're like like a CEO, like on this level.
CEO of J-Core. I'd like to speak to the manager, please.
Melon, thank you very much for today. Also, thank you very much for spending your time with us. I know that you are really busy, and really thankful that we had a place to do a showcase. And also thank you very much for spending your time with us and just reserving your time, especially to do today's show.
For sure, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Is there something else that you still want to say to the rest of the chat before we go to the next 2 tracks?
Just, I look forward to chatting with you guys. Hit me up anytime, and thank you for being here, and also thank you if you've purchased a copy. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm around. I'll always be around.
So, of course, this is not the last time that we are going to see Melon. Somewhere in the near future, when we have another Allcore release, we are trying to get Melon back, of course.
You're gonna have to talk to Ian about Allcore, because I don't know if he's planning on another one ever, but
Oh no, but it's like we have like 7 other Allcore albums that we need to do on J-Core Live, so. And I think that you also have some inside information for us.
Maybe.
So let's listen to the next 2 tracks. The first one is going to be the Speed Freak with Peaceful Days, The Memories of Home, and then Titu Kazuya with Robo 2x2x.
What a peaceful day. What a peaceful day. What a peaceful day.
So that last track of those two tracks, the first one was The Speed Freak with Memories of Home, and then T2 Kazuya with Robo 2x2x. Well, we are pretty much at the end of the show. For me, this release was more than amazing. Of course, I love Chrono Trigger a lot, and all these tracks that we heard, it's like a trip down memory lane for me, because I love this game to hell, and I really love the music, and with the tunes that you hear, it suddenly pops up in my head, like I'm in that scene, or like some kind of story what happened that really stuck with me. Other than that, the tracks by all these artists are so amazing. There's all different kind of music styles that you hear in there, and none of them are the same. It's all sounds different, and yeah, I really don't have much words for this than that this is one of the albums that I really love all the tracks on it. So if you haven't done so yet, please support TAS Records and buy this vinyl or CDs. Support this everywhere. Yeah, and of course support Melon, because we definitely want to have more releases in the future. The quality of this music is really high, because if you look at the track listing, those are all A-list artists like Lazy Moto, Jackazit, Lolipo, Ikaruga, Crisis, Tito Kazuya, Anzu, Dust Fox, Stormtrooper, Speed Freak, and of course, not to forget Melancholia. Those are really good, great artists, make awesome different kind of music, also a lot of experience. Yeah, I don't see within the J-core scene so many big names on one album, and yeah, just it's like what the artists say, it's a real all-star effort. Not only that, it's a project 2.5 on almost 3 years in the making, and even Harley Diver is part of it. Funny thing also about the Harley Diver. Harley Diver started out as a regular drawer artist. Me and Superior Jimmy, we saw his artwork, and we decided, you know, we want to try his artwork for a Decimal Sounds project 2022 or for 2020, because we met Harley at VinCon 2019, where he was just a visitor. We didn't knew him back then, but he came to our mind because he partied along with us. And then on the Monday, we went for a video shoot for Dave Rogers, and he was there as well, and that's how the contact came to be. So I started with Decimal Sounds. I really love the artwork, so I asked him, can we do something for J-core Live? Was it for J-core Live back then, or no? Was for the event for a Rolling Start, and that was also the Rolling Start for Harley. So Harley created Jane, and from Jane came more Janes, more designs, and then without me knowing, he has been doing work for Hell Fury. He did another work for somebody, I forgot who it was, and now he also did something for Dreamseeker, and is like, it's amazing to see that that I can also inspire people to help me out with some stuff, and in exchange I also try to help them up with with expanding their views. Is that the correct word? What I'm trying to find? expanding their experience and area of field, and to see how people grow, that is like for me, wow, amazing. And like with Melon, I've known him when he was a little bit younger in the Allcore community. I've seen him doing a co-production with the first Allcore CDs and the events, and now being like a big boy player with a vinyl, and it's like, wow, this person grown so much, and it's like, holy shit. Hey Mint, good evening, welcome to Jake Live, one only talk show here on Twitch. Yeah, why am I still streaming? It is a bit of a long stream, sorry, but this is pretty much the end of the segment. So yeah, I am really happy that Dreamseeker came to see the daylight, and I'm really excited to to have this album, because I already bought it. Sadly, I bought it 2 times. One time I bought the final record separately without me noticing that the CD was like, if you scroll down, that you could buy another CD. But because I want to have both, I bought the CD separately. So yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the show. For tomorrow is the first Tuesday of the month, and you know what that means?
There's a random place in the city. Girl working there is so damn pretty. I fall for her harder every day. I came for the hardcore sound, but I stay for the best noodles in town. Served to me by my dream girl. It's ramen break.
So tomorrow is ramen break. For tomorrow's chef, we have Detour, if I remember correctly. So of course, the same time, 8 o'clock CET, Central European Time, or otherwise 7 o'clock UTC 0. Yes, you heard it correctly. UTC Universal. What does UTC even stand for? Universal Time Conversion, I think. So yeah, that is happening tomorrow. As for next week, we have, of course, a J-Core Live, but we don't do a CD. Because what are we going to do next week? Next week, we are going to talk about the past, present, and future of J-Core Live and NDX JCL. In general, it's something that I have been planning to do this for 1.5 months, or maybe even already 2 months now. Patreon people, they already have a little preview about what's going to happen on the show, but even they didn't heard everything yet. So that is what we are going to do next week. Coordinated Universal Time. Thank you, Der Compy. Universal Coordinated Time. So yeah, thanks for that. So yeah, it's going to be either a long show or a shorter show, but we'll see what it is. And of course, even though that I am going to talk a lot about the past, present, future, there is also enough time for a Q&A session with me. On the Discord server, there are already some questions asked, but if you have more questions that you want to ask regarding me, NDXJCL, or J-Core Live, please post them in... let's see, the channel is called under the mainframe Q&A for Neo Show January. So place your questions over there so I can prepare myself a little bit. And of course, during the show, if you have some more questions, you can always ask me. Why not? Other than that, what else do we have? Yeah, if you haven't done so yet, come follow, like, and subscribe at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We also have the JCO Live YouTube over there. We have more merchandise, new merchandise at Spreadshirt if you want to buy that. And of course, with Spreadshirt, every design that is done either by Harley or co-designed by Ter, they get the biggest profit because that's the way how I support them. I am not keeping anything for myself. Yeah, only 50 cents for for the Spreadshirt cost, but every profit goes to them. So if you want to support these artists, please buy some merchandise. Even though that this merchandise you cannot get, but you can get the proper, the normal version on Spreadshirt. If you follow our Discord chat over there, you can talk to us, and you also hear the first newest information on there. If you want to support the channel even more, there's also a Patreon up and running. You can see it over there. All you have to do is go to linktree/Neodash to find all these links. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have much more to add. Yeah, I'm thinking really hard, but there's nothing else. Now, we still have one more track to go, and that is the end of the show. It's already a pretty long-ass show. So we are going to rate Any Clover for the last few more hours, because they have been doing a really amazing show the last 70-ish hours, and they still have, let's see, 7 more hours to go, I think. Let's see, under timetable. CT to 4 o'clock. Oh, so they still have 5 more hours to go. Yeah. There's nothing else more to add than to everybody out. Oh, definitely a quick question. Why no Masura? Well, we don't have Masura is because I'm still waiting for my internet, and I need my own internet to activate those things. So that's the biggest reason why we don't have automated automations. So that is the onlyest reason. I still need my own internet, because yes, I'm still using the internet from the neighbor. So yeah, to everybody out there, yeah, please come over to Discord. No, wait, let's do Discord because Banana is not here. Oh, Discord. We have Discord and we have socials. Go click on there. Come to Discord for the, of course, the newest updates, and come chat with us. Yeah. Thanks to Melanpon for the interview, and of course, once again, thank you, Melon, for Dreamseeker. It's such an amazing album. Let's do a quick shout out to other chatters in there. Neka DJ, also congratulations on winning the CD. Mint, Nondajutsu, really awesome to see Nondajutsu over here, even though that usually on Mondays he's really busy also with training. It's really amazing to see that Nondajutsu took his time to come to this special show. They're Klompy, Sonic Foon, Tom CXR, Harley Diver, Devmania909, and Melon. And also a quick shout out to all the gifters out there. As I'm the Banana for resubscription, Roundwave Crusher, Candycore gave out a sub, Dev Minion gave subs, anonymous gifters. Thank you very much for all of these. So, hopefully see you all next week here at J-Core Live, your one and only
J-Core.
talk show here on Twitch. So stay safe, stay clean, and most of all, stay. I really need to have a new. Yeah, I already gave back to Kenny Cordo's points. So next week we do have 5 minutes of combined. So we are going to listen to Melancholia featuring Anka. Oh, and also not forget we had Anka on the show as well. So last track here, Melancholia featuring Anka, Epilogue. To Good Friends, Miracle on Death Peak. So everybody, have a good night, sleep tight, don't let the bedbugs bite, and enjoy the rest of the night.
On Death Peak, you will find the power to restore life. But to activate this power, the deceased must be important to the space-time continuum. Only then can a Chrono Trigger work its magic.
To have called you a good
J